Is that even in shot? Hey everybody, CRMediaGal here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a ranking of the Harry Potter books from least to favorite for you. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but man, it's tough. And I tried not to give too much thought before I sat down to do this. I just wanted to be able to come up with it without thinking ahead of time like, oh gosh. I tend to overanalyze, and I knew this decision would take so much longer and end up being a rambling 30 or 40 minute video. And I thought this out a lot beforehand. So, if you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is CRMediaGal, also known as Andrea. CRMediaGal is my pen name in the fan fiction and fandom world. Feel free to click the subscribe button below if you would like to receive future notifications on videos that I am doing on this channel. I have a lot of Harry Potter videos planned, so if that interests you at all, feel free to click that subscribe button. Let's get started. So this ranking is from least favorite to favorite, but let's be honest, I love all of the Harry Potter books. Of course, like any other reader, there are aspects of each book that I like more than others. There's certain parts of the plot that I enjoy or find more interesting than somebody else might. This is all just my opinion. It's all meant to be fun. Let's do it. My least favorite Harry Potter book, I've only watched one or two where it was on the upper end of people's list. I thought, why? What? Really? Chamber of Secrets. Yeah. In general, I tend to find the pacing of this book, it drags in parts. Whereas I find the rest of the books, even in Deathly Hallows, when they are on the run and they're looking for Horcruxes, there are definitely aspects in there where the story kind of lags a little bit, but I always find Chamber of Secrets the toughest to get through. I know this is the first book where you really get a sense of the everyday life at Hogwarts, which I do find fascinating, but to an extent. I don't know, I just find like the story just drags a little much, and every time I reread the books, I kind of have to mentally prepare myself for Chamber of Secrets, knowing that there's going to be parts that are just going to go a little bit slower. I love the Basilisk at the end. I love the whole aspect of Tom Riddle's diary. I find that really fascinating, so Chamber of Secrets would have to be at the bottom of my list. Next.
6 hours later.
This is harder than I thought it was going to be. I think I'm actually gonna have to go. And this one always tends to end up like at the top of people's list, but it just doesn't for me. Order of the Phoenix. Yeah, I love Order of the Phoenix, don't get me wrong, I do. Umbridge is beyond frustrating. I love the departure of the Weasleys in this book. Every single time I reread it, it has me cheering. You know what I struggle with the most? And I understand this is a part of being a teenager, but Harry's non-stop whinging in this book drives me nuts. Every single time, and I find every time I reread it, it doesn't get any easier. I understand he's under a lot of pressure, and I understand Harry has been through a lot, but damn, he tests my patience. You know, I love the Order of the Phoenix itself. I think it's such a great concept. It's such a heartening idea. I love the formation of Dumbledore's army, but yeah, to some people that may seem such a minuscule reason to put it at the bottom of your list, but it makes parts of this book really tough to get through. And I do find sometimes his treatment towards Hermione and Ron in this book, it tests me. So yeah, I'm sorry. I do love Order of the Phoenix. Like I said, I love all of these books, but dang, this is so hard. I think next is gonna have to be another one that's probably gonna shock people. Goblet of Fire. What I really love about this book is definitely the last couple chapters with the return of Voldemort. Once they're in the maze, once Cedric and Harry get sent to the gravesite and Voldemort comes back, from there on, I'm like in love. Absolutely. And I do love the beginning when they go to the Quidditch World Cup. Probably one of my favorite parts of this book. But yeah, I don't know. I know this tends to be like at the very top of a lot of people's lists, and I guess I wasn't as invested in the different schools and the new characters like Crumb and Fleur. Don't get me wrong, they are interesting to an extent, but Goblet of Fire has to be next on the list for me. Because again, I still do love it. So, like I said, everybody has different things that they love about the books and other things that they're not as invested in. So, Oh, this is getting hard. Okay, I think next on my list is going to be Deathly Hallows. Like I said back about Chamber of Secrets, there were definitely aspects of this book that, again, I thought lagged, particularly when they were camping and on the run and looking for the Horcruxes. I think that could have been dealt with at a faster pace than it was, but I get it. There's also aspects in this book that I absolutely love with, and I re-fall in love with every time, particularly the Prince's Tale about Severus Snape and how it turns out that he was a good guy. He is a good guy. I think the whole revelation about Dumbledore too, I was never a huge Dumbledore supporter from the beginning. I think he's a very complex character. Even like, now that I've read the books many, many times, it's still, oh my god. Why did he think that was okay? There's a lot of revelations in here that sometimes are still tough to swallow. So yeah, Deathly Hallows would be next on my list. Okay, we're down to the final three. I wonder if I should have put this one earlier. Darn it. No, it's okay. We'll go with it. Philosopher's Stone. Or, for those in America, Sorcerer's Stone. I love how everything is set up in the beginning, how we were introduced to the wizarding world. It reads so simply. You can tell through the series how, I hate to use the word sophisticated, but Rowling's writing does get better through the books, and as it should as a writer. Yeah, Philosopher's Stone has to be high up there because it's our welcome to the wizarding world, and there's so many chapters in the beginning that are just wonderful to revisit every single time you reread the books, about Diagon Alley and Harry picking out his supplies, the sorting ceremony, and the introduction to Snape and all these great characters. So yeah, Philosopher's Stone. Coming in at number 2 for me would have to be The Half-Blood Prince. The kiddos are downstairs, so I gotta make this quick. I feel like this was a huge turn of events when we're introduced to the Horcruxes, how dark and twisted Tom Riddle was from the very beginning. I love every aspect of this. I love the introduction about Spinner's End and taking the unbreakable vow, to the Vanishing Cabinet and what's going on with Draco in this book, to the climax with Dumbledore's death and how Snape plays into all of this. But even then, when I remember the first time I read this, I just thought, something's not right. Something's not right about this. Snape is gonna do something. Half-Blood Prince has to rank in number 2 for me, which, of course, leaves Prisoner of Azkaban as number 1. It's such a page-turner for me. I will never forget my initial reading and how fast-paced it was. The thing about this book is so engaging, from Buckbeak to the intro of Sirius Black's character, who I'm not the biggest Sirius Black fan out there, but I do love the intro about him in this book and the Grim and the whole aspect of Azkaban wizarding prison, and for me it reads like a breeze. I think particularly coming off of Chamber of Secrets and how much that's, book lagged, how much of a page turner this was. Prisoner Azkaban comes in as number 1 for me. But that is it, guys. That is my ranking of the Harry Potter books. What is your ranking of the books? Comment down below and let me know what yours is from least favorite to favorite. Be curious to know and what your reasons are. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. That really helps me and really supports my channel. And be sure to subscribe below so that you can get future videos from me. But I will see you guys again soon. Bye.